Assalamu alaikum. This is your week 4 TOEFL iBT writing with Dr. Ulumi. In this session, I'll give you a review of last week's homework, plus some tips on how to write and improve your essay, and then we'll go through a practice essay. As for your feedback, week 1, week 2, outstanding work. Last week you had me on cloud 7. This week, I only started marking today. And people, as you all know that I'm not well. Still, because I was coming online to teach you, so I thought, let me check. I'm very disappointed that you, first of all, only 1 or 2 students sends it right away. The remaining, you guys are sleeping, I think. If you want, you send. I get homework for week 1, none. For week 2, none. And week 3 was nothing. Plus, in your homework, if there's 2 components, it is your job to read and fulfill each requirement. In the actual TOEFL assessment, whether you're doing reading, whether you're doing speaking, whether you're doing listening, whether you're doing writing, if the students do not follow instructions and do what the assessor is asking, you've lost them. You've lost your money and you're not going to get a better score. Doesn't matter how brilliant your answer is going to be. An assessor is looking whether someone is following instruction or not. In terms of following instruction, I have not seen a good example. For your last week homework, there was 2 components. Component part 1 was, I gave you a written essay. I asked you to write your view on that essay. Only few students, that the remaining ignored it. Then this week, then last week again, you had 2 components. Write an essay on energy drink. Very simple, brief, short paragraph I gave you. And all you have to do was plan it by doing brainstorming. Then whatever you write in your brainstorming should be in your essay. Send both of them. Send it. Don't need one. Send it good to the point that both were in one document. Big you ask you, please write your proper full name so I will know who this work belongs. So those who did really well, I didn't even receive anything. Maybe you're not well. And if that's the case, decent thing would be to send an email saying that the teacher, I'm not well. When I get better, I will complete this task. No communication is not doing you good. 3, I did an essay that is perfect. But then I don't see a good communication in your email. How is it that you write a perfect essay, but you can't write a simple paragraph to say that greetings such and such, attached is my homework. And for those of you, I don't know what software you're using that you can't open, I ask you, it's okay. Many students are writing it as content in the email. You can do that. So please improve all of this for the next week. And for the last time, I will allow people who have not done week 1, week 2, week 3, including this week. After that, I'll make it deadline. And I will even say that by what time on Friday you can submit. Any late, I will not accept. So that is my feedback on your homework. Now, why it's important that you need to be given some tips. One is have a essay plan, which is why I asked you to. A good way to do an essay plan is to do brainstorming. If you don't want to do brainstorming, write a skeleton of it. Know what the question is asking you. Meaning you need to read it. You need to cut it into small pieces and know what the examiner wants. The examiner on this occasion is me. What does Dr. Ulemi wants? She wants a good introduction. She wants at least 3 points in the body. And your word limit that I have not picked on you yet, and I told you that last week too. Then in each paragraph, you should stick to one theme, 1 point. Don't jump from one end to the next one and the next one. Check it. Write it. The remaining of it, I'm going to give you next week. Because if I give you all in one go, I don't think that you guys are going to be absorbing. Let me see how much you have practiced this in your next week. Please. One of the students asked me that the presentation should be shared before the lesson starts. I've heard you. So from now on, I will send copy of the presentation before the start of the class to the assistant, and then they will share it with you. So then you have no problem accessing it on your phone if it's a small or whatever. Let's go to the next part. Create an essay plan. So I'm telling you how to make a plan. Have a plan for what you will write will help you for the TOEFL iBT essay, because TOEFL iBT essays are not just any other essays. They have criteria. Noting down a short essay plan before you start writing will help you to use your time positively. You're not going to waste it. When you know that you're going to write next, it's already in your plan. In your plan, it's going to be point form. You don't have to write sentences. Or if you are doing sentences, just do a short sentence. It doesn't have to have the full grammar. It will save you that you won't panic, and then you will be able to turn it into nice paragraphs. There are several common TOEFL iBT essay plans that work very effectively. But what is more important is what works for you. How your brain works is very different to the next person. But having a organized thought and plan will make it very successful. Like one of the essays that I read today was jumping all over the place. This will ensure that you will have some great work and it will be organized and you will have a full attention of the examiner so that the examiner will give you the grade that you deserve. And this is coming from the planning. Know what the examiner wants. Look at the writing rubrics for TOEFL iBT writing tests. Have a goal for what grade you want. Always set your goal higher. Don't think, no, I can't reach the highest. Because if you put the highest level, and even if you get the next or the next level, you've done your best. The rubrics gives you clear notes of what the examiner expects from your ability essay. This can give you your goals towards an organization and with a to writing examples. With estimates grades can be found online. They give you a very good idea of what to work on and practice in the writing session. When you're aware of the examiner, what the examiner is looking for, it will help you and it will give you confidence in your writing. And this is what you have in me. I really have confidence in you for the first 2 weeks. This week, it was. It could be that our new students and the old ones have not seen me. Give yourself the word limit. Remember, I always give you 280 to 300 because that is what they are asking. It's recommended that a good TOEFL iBT will contain 150 for integrated and a 300 for an independent. By giving yourself a word limit, you will know when to stop writing. Because remember, you're going to be typing. And when you're counting, you should be counting new words. Shouldn't be counting the old ones. This will also force you to consider this essential to your essay and gives you a higher grade rather than wasting space. Quality, not quantity, certainly brings a true when writing 600. If it's rubbish, is useless. If the content is very close to 280, average 280, probably will get much better. Stick to the prompts. The pressure TOEFL iBT exam, it's very easy to get out of the way and start to stray and go away from the point. And if you've written a plan, you stick with your plan. You never go to a new topic that has nothing to do with what they're asking. For each paragraph, make sure that you write and you quickly read over what you've written to see if what you've done is relevant to the TOEFL iBT question. It will ultimately save time. If you do this after each paragraph, rather than leaving it to the end, you will realize that you have written a completely different topic. Especially each paragraph, it should be different. A different point of it. This will also help you to process how you will move on to the next, and it will also help you to write your introduction and your conclusion. When I write essay, I always go to the main body first. I write my body. I write my each paragraphs. And then once I've done it, then from that quickly on each paragraph I read, and I make sure that I'm with only one idea and linking it to the next paragraph and to the next paragraph. Then from there, you never want to, then you just write it up in your conclusion. In your conclusion, you should not come up with a new idea. And from this, you can have an introduction to say that the following essay is discussing whatever, and it should be points that you have done in your 3 main points. Otherwise, if you're one of those people, you have to write your introduction first, then paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and conclusion. If you stress and suddenly you freeze and you will really face it. If you're a brilliant person, but you don't have those problems, then go ahead, continue, please. What works for you, as I said at the beginning, may not work for the next one. I'm saying, giving you different tools each week. Write, and small. Meaning that each week giving you to write, and it's perfect. Overcomes your problems. This week I've been very negative about feedback, and I hope that I don't have you, what do you call it? That I'm not making you upset. Because sometimes it's good to be cruel than to be nice, to say everything is glory and when everything is not glorious. Can you guys hear my voice?
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We don't have your voice clearly.
I don't know what to do because it's internet. Can you hear me now? Can you hear my voice now?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
your voice is clear
All
now.
right, so maybe it was something wrong with my.
Maybe something
I've removed.
not
I'm using without headphone.
okay.
Okay. So the next slide is a sample reading passage, which is this is what you're going to be using to write your essay. And I'm going to save my voice. And I'm going to let you read it yourself, please. So I want you to read this slide couple of times, because you're going to be writing based on what you read in this. It's not about what you should be going and doing researching. It is truly on a reading article. So you're starting to get into TOEFL iBT writing style now. It's on a reading. And if I see improvement in this, then I'm hoping to give you exactly what I've been promising, reading and sound recording. So please read this at your own time. You will be able to read it. And once you have read it, the passage, your homework, it asks it. I've also given you a template. I want you to have an introduction. So now you don't have the lecturer recording. So for now, you're only going to be doing it on the reading. If I had given you a lecturer recording too, then you will be writing two different views. At the moment, you're only writing one view. So basically, read to see how many points you're going to be having. Remember, I said that you must have at least 3 paragraphs. That is 3 main body. Then you need to have an introduction and a conclusion. And you're going to submit it for me. And this time, you're going to be making it on time on Friday. Not Saturday, not Sunday, not Monday, not Tuesday, not whenever you want. So it has to be Friday is your holiday. So you can't say you don't have time. I've even left it all the way to midnight. So what are your excuses? The class is on Wednesday. And it's Wednesday daytime. So you have Thursday, Friday all day. By 12 p.m., after 12 p.m., forget about it. So I'm actually going to amend my presentation and I'm going to send it to the assistant to share it with you. And this time, I'm serious. It's got nothing to do with me being sick. It's with you taking responsibility. We are in week 4. And at the same time, students, those of you who have just joined me and submitting, you have to catch up on week 1 and week 2 also, and week 3. You can't just do 1 week and leave the other ones. So complete, because by next week, I will only mark the week that I give you, and then that's it. Unless if somebody is sick and they send me an email saying I'm sick and give reasons, and they will ask for extension, and I will decide how many days I'm going to give extension. Not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks. If I am sick and I come online, teach you, I'm sure you can do the same thing too.